This will be the first commentary I made for Europa Universalis 3, and this one has all the three first expansions, and that include Heir to the Throne. But today the new expansion that cover the more of the world, especially Japan and China, is now available. I was hoping it would have been more focused on the New World and the Near East. I also has hopes that we could have more religion types, like different beliefs in Buddhism, like Theravada and Mahayana. Here we have my Castile game. As you can see, there have been many wars, and the year is 1498, so the conquest of the New World is due. You can with this game start in 1399, the last year of the 14th century, late Middle Ages, so we can clearly say this game starts in that period. In the Heir to the Throne, there are many new elements in this game. One example we got is the magistrates that enable certain decision and imperial reforms. The rate by which they are acquired is determined by the government types as well as many types of decisions and centralizations. We also have a new cause penalty system, sphere of influence. For Castile, Portugal will be their sphere of influence, or we can say their backyard. We got trade league like Hansa and Venice. National IDs is an interesting aspect of the game. I will not really say the other one is better than the other, but some IDs are better suited for your situation. Even so, I do clearly have my favorites when it comes to national IDs. Very often I choose military drill, so I can get a small military boost during the start of a campaign. I have also in this game chosen ecumenism, so I can prepare for the Reformation in Europe. You get good tolerance when it comes to heretics in the game. The downside is that you are not so popular among the Pope. It also seems to be a rapid change in religion in some of the different regions. Too often I get those events that give you different religions in some of the provinces. And that is because of the tolerance of this idea. For me, it is a bit too much, because it is often a player's interest to have the province religion the same as the state religion. I think we should expect some changes from in nominee to heir to the throne, or even if you like him or not. Same goes for divine win. As a war manager, I fancy the cabinet. This idea will mend your reputation if you have been a bit too aggressive. Many recommend press gangs for sea-going nations. It doesn't just halve the ship's cost, but it also holds the naval upkeep, and so on. And for my Castile, I will go for the quest for the New World. Since I am playing Castile, I will not let Portugal become a rival of colonization, and I always try to unite similar cultures when I can. Portugal has done some spying on my country, and this has been detected, and it has become Castile's cause of war, or we can say excuse for war. Let's recruit a general. As long as you have money, military tradition, and diplomats, you can make generals. From what I understand, the higher the military tradition, the better will the general be. against Mali is going as expected. I use my infantry to attack them and cavalry to take out their undefended provinces. Mali does not have forts, so it is an easy land grab. Infantry is somewhat better suited for taking out a fortress because of their assault attempts. Artillery is also good for reducing the siege time, but I don't have artillery now. In my victory against Mali, I will demand just one province, Cairo. It has a pagan belief in it. In this case, animism. Because of that, I can also convert the religion and the culture at the same time. Let's say if a province has Sunni Islam or Orthodox Christianity, it will be much harder to convert the religion and you can change the culture at the same time. The game designer's logic can be something like a religion that involves strict dogmas such as Christianity and Islam is harder to shape than a belief that does not have their belief basis on writings. The animistic belief, as it was once called, places their focus on spirit that move the world around them. I will say this game demonstration of religion is a bit of a blunt model of real life. Even so, I like it. Because of my strong military forces in Provence and the city is about to surrender, I will make an assault attempt. Provence fell easily. This will make the war against Portugal much easier. Not that I consider Portugal as the greatest enemy. France and England is more like that. Or perhaps Burgundy. Since I got the quest of the New World, I better start moving my naval forces. There have been too much focus on the mainland already. You need an explorer for that, and he can be recruited from the same window as the general for the armies. The Brits might have a head start. I will not annex Provence, it's tempting, but I will get too much information. I rather use that for Portugal. But I tell them to revoke the core on Languedoc, because that belongs to Castile. Some gold will be good, and they shall stop the treaty with Portugal and Champagne. Yes, that's right. No more champagne. And speaking of trivia, we also have a place called Limousine. am sure the new world shall be just around the corner. And there it was. The British today, an allied, but in the future a possible enemy. Maybe after the Reformation. The Portuguese have really been putting up a fight today. I made a real mistake. I forgot to bring the elite forces from the northeast. Well, my remaining forces in Portugal just have to stand their ground. Too bad I'm a bit too aggressive. Because of this I will suffer losses. Timing the attack is important when you have two armies of almost same strength. I will try to give the fighting army in Portugal the General Esteban de Castilla. You will also see that the rugged terrain like hills will make a bit more difficult for an advancing army. That was way too close. I already have too much information from before. 13.9. I will not take more than 2 provinces, and this will give me 8 more information in addition. 21.9 in information will not be too much of a problem. Getting away with a war is also important, not just winning it.